Welcome to The Explainer. If your business is growing, chances are you're feeling a little buried in spreadsheets, right? Well, today we're going to break down how you can move from all that data chaos to a really streamlined sales process using HubSpot's free CRM. Let's just start with this powerful truth right here. No matter how amazing your spreadsheet skills are, there comes a point where they just stop helping you and actually start holding you back. They literally become a ceiling on how much you can sell. So let's talk about how to escape that spreadsheet trap. We're going to cover the essentials, right? Getting your contacts all neat and organized, making sure a follow-up never, ever gets missed again, seeing your entire sales pipeline visually, and, this is the cool part, even predicting your future revenue. Okay, first things first, you have to build a solid foundation. And what that really means is taking all that scattered information, the stuff in different files, maybe some old notebooks, and bringing it all together into one single central command center. And this is that command center, the contacts database. Honestly, this is the bread and butter of any CRM system. It's where everything starts. It gives you one clean, simple view of every single person you do business with, plus all the important details about them.
So how do you get all your info in here? You could add people one by one, but let's be real, who has time for that? The real power move is to just import your entire spreadsheet all at once. It's a super simple 4-step process where you basically just tell the system, hey, I've got companies and contacts here, and then you upload the file. That's it.
You upload your file, you're feeling good, and boom, you see this big, scary number of errors pop up. Now, your first reaction is probably to panic, right? But seriously, don't. This is a perfectly normal and honestly, an expected part of the process. Let me show you why this happens. So these errors happen because your spreadsheet speaks its own language and HubSpot speaks another. See, HubSpot calls your column headers properties, things like first name or lead status, and sometimes it just doesn't recognize the specific words you've been using in your own sheet. And the fix? It's incredibly simple. You just have to map your terms to HubSpot's terms. It's basically like using a translation guide. You're just telling the system, hey, when my sheet says not contacted, what I really mean is new. You just do that for each of your custom terms, and poof, the errors disappear. Okay, so our data's clean, it's in the system, everything's happy. Now let's see how this thing actually works in a real-world scenario. We're going to follow a lead for our hypothetical business, a donut distribution company. Why not? When you click on any contact, you get this complete 360-degree view. You've got their details on the left, who they work for on the right, but the real gold is right here in the center. That's the activity feed, where every single email, every call, every meeting is automatically logged. This timeline shows you the whole journey with our lead, Ginger. We sent her an email right from inside HubSpot. Then, the system is smart enough to automatically create a task to remind us to follow up. When Ginger replies and books a meeting, awesome! We can create what's called a deal to officially track this as a real sales opportunity. And here is the absolute key takeaway. This is the whole point. With all your communication logged in one single place, the guesswork is just gone. Anyone on your team can look at this and know exactly what the next step is. No more digging through your inbox trying to remember what you said. So tracking one deal is great, right? But the real power, the real magic of a CRM comes when you can zoom out and see every single opportunity you're working on all at the same time. And this is your sales pipeline. The best way to think about it is like a virtual whiteboard that shows you the entire life of a sale. It's all broken down into these clear stages, so you know exactly where every single potential customer is in your process, from that very first hello to the final handshake. And hey, these stages aren't set in stone. This is just an example. The real beauty of the system is that these are 100% customizable. You can add stages, you can remove them, you can rename them to perfectly match the unique steps of how your business actually sells. Okay, now here's where it gets really, really smart. Each one of those stages you create has something called a deal probability attached to it. This is basically your best guess, based on experience, of the chance that a deal in that stage will eventually close. So, for example, you might know that once a contract is sent, you've got a 90% chance of winning that business. So why does that probability number matter so much? Well, because when you combine it with the actual dollar value of each deal, you unlock the final and, I think, most powerful feature, the ability to forecast your future revenue. This is called your weighted pipeline. I know, it sounds kind of technical, but it's a really simple and powerful idea. The system just does some quick math for you. It takes the total dollar amount of all the deals in a certain stage, and it multiplies it by that stage's win probability. The result? A realistic, data-driven guess about your future income.
And you don't even have to break out a calculator. This sales dashboard visualizes all of this for you. So at a single glance, you can see exactly how much potential money is sitting in each stage of your pipeline. It gives you a crystal clear picture of your company's financial health and what's coming down the road.
So let's just recap this whole transformation, right? You've gone from a messy, chaotic spreadsheet to a dynamic system where all your contacts are organized. You have one clear to-do list for every follow-up. You've got a visual pipeline to manage all your opportunities, and you have the actual data to forecast your growth. That's a huge leap.
So remember, getting organized, that's not really the end goal. It's the foundation. It's the thing that frees up all your time and mental energy from that administrative chaos. And it lets you focus on the much bigger, more exciting question. With a sales engine that runs this smoothly, what are you going to build next?